Notre Dame 31, Louisville 24 in a wild one, Tim. What a freaking game. Entertaining, awful at times, but you know what? We ended up getting, Tim, a Notre Dame win. Just Notre Dame came out of the gates crazy in the first quarter, gave Louisville a touchdown, then they scored 3 in the blink of an eye, and then the offense was MIA. Defense, we'll talk a ton about. Wow, what a game. Tim, what's your initial reaction to this one? I'm sure I could give you 20 minutes straight here.
Hey, so I mean, let's be honest. This is a game of survival. When they have 13 injuries, it felt like everyone was out here and there. Dudes playing all over the place. That was just we talked about it during the week. Heck, we've been talking about it for 9 months. This was going to be the revenge game, especially once we found out it was the green jersey game. There's going to be a lot of energy. Both sides play with a lot of energy. Louisville is hell of a football team. They got some dudes all over the place. And Notre Dame, they gutted it out, man. It was turnovers back and forth. Notre Dame got scores. Louisville got scores off turnovers. At the end of the day, you take away the turnovers, it's a 17-10 type of a game. You know what I mean? It was a slugfest, and it was a one play, one score, game of inches, both sides. Notre Dame almost picks up one kickoff return. You get a sack, fumble, touchdown called back because the dude's wrist is flicking 1 inch forward. I thought that was the game right there, man. I was cheering like crazy. My kids are here with some friends, and my daughter comes down, "Dad, you're too loud." It was a fun game. It was a fun game, a stressful game, beyond stress game. And, we could sit here and overanalyze it. I'm sure there'll be 1,000 complaints and 1,000 people celebrating. So it was that type of a ball game. And it was hard to watch. It was fun to watch. It was exhilarating. It was so many things. But at the end of the day, so many guys gutted out a performance. Louisville's team, I haven't even seen the final stats. I'm dying to see what those things are because I thought they just owned so much of this football game. That's a damn good football team that's going to be in the hunt for the ACC title and getting that bid, So I thought they were impressive. Jeff Brom could call an offense. He's a stud. So, but at the end of the day, man, Notre Dame's D had a couple good plays. Notre Dame can't throw the ball worth a damn. It's the same story. It's going to be like this for the next, what do we got, 6-7 games? I don't even know where we're at. So it's so much of the same things are going to keep going all year long. I actually wrote down on a sticky note, there's just no wiggle. You know me, I'm a fan of wiggle, like someone that could juke somebody. You try and throw a couple swing passes to Jeremiah Love, and 4 cards are there. They're so damn – I thought they were just a faster football team, but Mike, if I've been yelling off the rooftops for a running back screen, and for crying out loud, the play of the game is the running back screen that obviously set that thing up. But we'll bounce from there, get 1,000 comments, roll from there. But it was, you have 2 top 15 teams battling to the end. That's what I take out of it. It's not spin or anything. I thought both teams played their asses off. It was sloppy as could be. And Notre Dame won by 1 score. And I think that's what the odds makers had it, and it came out to be that. You know what I mean?
All right. There's really a lot to discuss. First of all, Notre Dame fans.
Oh, man.
Take a deep breath. Listen, Notre Dame fans. This Irish team lost to Northern Illinois earlier this month. So after that one, you're like, just win by 1. Just got to win by 1. You're telling me Notre Dame just beat a top 20 team at home by 7 points. We're still bitching. Like, let's take a deep breath. Was it pretty? God, no.
No.
Part of it was that first quarter was brilliant. The defense, Tim, will allow some chunk plays, but they come up and make stops when they need to. I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do.
It was kind of leaked a few days ago. Christian Gray wasn't going to play, and sure enough, he didn't play. Then you have Ben Morrison out of time, so you have to move your starting nickel to corner, Jordan Clark, and then Rod Hurd had to play nickel. Rod Hurd made some great plays and then gave up some big plays. So That's why he's a backup at safety and nickel. So that was a thing. Logan Thomas played so much. Then you got Trey. I'm not going to say what it was, but Traore is probably done for the year. Let's just be honest.
It didn't look good, huh?
No, I would say it's another knee injury, but that's just me and my uneducated eyes. Bryce Young was getting 50-50 reps with Oben, so you had a freshman there. Leonard Moore, I don't think came off the field. And if he did, it was to tie his shoes for half a play and got back in there. He was out there forever. A Don Schuler dude continues just to be an athlete, a dude all over the place. Watts locked in an All-American type season with his performance. I mean, Watts has been good all freaking year and shows up.
Yeah.
By far and away, Riley Mills and Howard Cross, those dudes were active a lot inside majority of the game. Junior Tulialamaka was left for dead. I mean, we were talking about him transferring to UCLA after this season. You know what I mean, Mike? Like buried on the depth chart. Him and Logan Thomas are the Vipers. And then how about that young guy out of that tiny little football league called the Trinity League in Kingston, Villamia Asa? Absolute dude. I was charting the linebackers. Horrible name. That's why I call it KVA. Mike, Kingston, there was times out there, and it was noticeable. A couple of big drives. The backers were Kingston, Bowen, and Osbury when they went three backers, like for a few times. I thought Kingston played a lot of football. Snead is a difference maker on the edge, cannot play linebacker worth a damn, but he is a difference maker when he's attacking. And Drake Bowen, man, for as much as we think he's the slowest of the bunch or whatnot, man, that guy, Mike, from game 1 to game 5, that dude keeps getting better. He really, really played damn good football from A&M to Louisville. So I'll get off the soapbox here in 30 seconds. 4-1, surviving. The goal is to get your ass to that. I mean, let's be honest. They got to be 10-1 going into the Coliseum. So it's literally play by play, week by week, survive your ass, get to the Coliseum at 10-1, and let's see where this thing rolls. But there's a lot of young guys playing all over the place. The O-line was overwhelmed. I mean, just overwhelmed. It wasn't those 5. Louisville, it seemed like always had. I mean, Louisville, it looked like they had 19 guys in the box sometimes, and the guy always making the extra tackle was the extra fitter. You can't account for them. And as I have a sticky note on that is when Riley Leonard can't run, and they just like NIU, right, Mike? They kind of took him away for 2 quarters. When you don't have that threat of the QB zone read, you can't run the ball because Louisville has 2 extra hats in the hole. So, but we'll jump off. I'm looking forward to comments and just whatever you see on Twitter, let's start talking and get any comments going from there.
R. Mendoza, B plays, appreciate the super chats, guys. Mark Washington. I'm shocked. Notre Dame just has this thrilling win, and everyone's rushing to the comments. Christian Gray, what happened to Christian Gray? What happened to Christian Gray? It's just funny to me. Like that's the thing we're running to. Yeah, he was banged up in the Miami of Ohio game. He wasn't even on the Notre Dame's whole injury availability thing is the biggest joke in the world. They always will say, oh, everyone who was on the 2 deep is ready to play. And then there's just always someone who's not. So Gray suited up before the game. I believe he started the game with his helmet on the sideline and then just didn't. So yeah, that's the story on Christian Gray. I'm sure he'll be fine. And JD Price, I don't know. I honestly don't know, guys. You watched the game like I did, and now we're live moments after the game. So Mark, I don't know, but I appreciate the super chat.
Price fumbles and
just didn't get back in.
No, it was a slugfest of a game. And Price is, I mean, we've been talking about this, Mike. He's either going for 25 yards or -4. It's been that way all year long. Just like today, a huge run, couple tackles for loss. Man, I mean, the turnovers just gifted. Oh, obviously Notre Dame got one as well with that bad punt. But
we'll talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm one of those. As someone who's been coaching a long time in this world, man, it's 60 minutes, ebbs and flows at times, especially when 2 ranked teams, 2 evenly matched teams, and a hell of a ball coach with Jeff Brom on the other side. So you take out penalties, both sides, teams got stuffed on 4th downs. You got this call, that call. it all evens out, man.
Yeah.
Football game.
Yofi, can we not wonder where a play was? Yeah, of course you can. But just after that game, for everyone to be like, Christian Gray, I'm like, it's just weird. It's just, I don't know. It's not the first thing I'd want to talk about. Swan Dog says, I haven't been able to say many positive things for the offense this year. That was definitely better than I've seen all year, especially, in the first quarter. But the rest of it was pretty poor. What is this? So hold on, let me pop this up on the screen.
Louisville's defense is
132 yards in the first quarter, 17 in the second, 43 in the third, and 88 and in the fourth quarter. Mike Goolsby. Mike, you don't have to throw in a $10 super chat, but
I mean, seriously, I have my own show on. I mean, it's everything we've been talking about this guys for. I said Mike Singer knows this is when he got his offer, on like Pot of Gold and all that. I was like, tell me where they're at, and Singer was like, Tim, they got a good shot. I never bugged Mike for a year, and it was dying as much as I wanted to. He's a stud. He's a flat out stud. He is one of the best football players on the team as a true freshman. I think they've been getting his feet wet more and more each and every game. I saw 27 out there. I saw 27 out there more than I saw 24, who's a 6-year senior. So I think that says a lot. And like I said, talking to Goolsby and other guys here in the chat watching the show, like I said, there's times and there was key moments for 3 backers on the field. It was Bowen, KVA, and Osbury. I think that says so damn much about where those 3 are in their development, rolling from there. But KVA, they did a little TNT on that sack, the dip. When was the last time Notre Dame had a dude that could dip his shoulders, grab grass, turn the edge, turn the hoop, on the figure 8 drill and go get the sack, man? That is just freaking awesome. Awesome.
It was a thing of beauty. That play. Man, like, just look at Kingston, right? Squeezes down, reads, reacts, the dip. I mean, just
look at that. Get skinny. You're grabbing. I coached D-line mini. It's like grab grass, man. Tickle the grass. We used to call it tickle the grass when we run our hoop drills. Tickle the grass. You can see them right there tickling the grass. It's going to be a Mark for Glasses meme there, right? Tickle the grass. Is that going to be one?
But, I just speaking of Mark, or anything else on KVA, Tim?
No, roll for it, man.
Goolsby, love you, dude. Just don't you throw in a super chat? I'm looking for Mike Goolsby in the chat, brother.
Oh yeah, all
right. So here's the thing. Okay, raise the expectations. If Notre Dame are undefeated right now, and it's like, all right, we think that this is a national championship team, then you're disappointed. But this is not a national championship. This is a fringe playoff team. They scored 31 points. This is not going to be a high-flying offense. We just know it's not. So if you go into the Notre Dame-Louisville game and you're like, all right, Notre Dame's going to drop 50 today, then I don't know what planet you're living on. So this is just what it is. If Notre Dame's going to win these big games, it's going to have to be offense, defense, special teams. They're not going to just drop 50 on your head and outscore you in this giant shootout of a game. This is just what it is. And if you want to live in a fantasy world where you saw Notre Dame the first few weeks and they stunk on offense, and, well, I guess the Purdue game, they were pretty good. And then you just think, oh, yeah, against Louisville, pretty strong defense. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna turn it on. They're gonna be a whole new team. Then Mark, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't know.
I'm the same guy. It feels like each and every year. It's there's no wiggle. There's no juice. No one can get a ball and make a guy. The only guy that could do that is Faison, and he got hurt again. So we probably won't see him for another 3 weeks with another ankle injury. He's the only guy with any wiggle. Everyone else is a catch, get tackled. Collins has made a couple nice plays. Obviously, touchdown against Miami of Ohio. It tells you the type of athletes. Louisville's got dudes. I came away from that game more impressed with Louisville. I thought those dudes were athletic as hell. And I think it even goes back to just some of the threat. The guy, number 9, Ashton Gelati's. Why in the hell? If anything, I want to complain more about Denbrock. Why do you keep rolling to where that guy is for crying out loud? Can we audible Denbrock? Can you put the $2.5 million into a check with me system? Don't run the number 9. That guy was a game wrecker.
They're not running to Riley's left though.
Come on, it's 3rd and 5, the game on the line, and you do a rollout pass to that guy? Are you nuts? I thought there was a couple times Denbrock called some I have no idea what he was doing sometimes, just frustrating as hell. Freeman made a couple boneheaded calls, I felt. It's just like, keep control of this game, man. It's okay to be boring and just grind out a win. But it was it was stress. It was stress.
It was very stressful.
And we're all Notre Dame fans. Hey, I try and be brutally freaking honest, man. You're not gonna. I don't know how far you're gonna go with this offense, with the quarterback and these wide receivers. It's not a combo, made in heaven here. There's going to be turn on the game and after we're done, obviously, and watch the varsity teams play and later on down there in Tuscaloosa. There's going to be freakazoids. So Notre Dame, dude, it's survive 1 week at a time and see where you get to. And like I said, the goal's got to be 10-1 in the Coliseum. If you're not 10-1, we're right back to where we were heading into this game, correct? Which is frustrating because we could sit here and we preach playoffs because we're excited as hell. That's the expectations. That's the roster this team has. That's what we want as Notre Dame fans. But you got to freaking get there. And I don't. What the hell are we going to see against Stanford, Mike? What are we going to see against Georgia Tech? So it's going to be there's going to be a lot of stress moments, and we'll see what happens.
Jonathan McKinley, thank you for the 10. Swan Dog, appreciate the super chat. Trash, appreciate yours as well. Like and subscribe, of course. And as he mentioned, using the blue and gold promo, Trash again, appreciate you.
Hey, tell Trash, I thought Garrett was unbelievable today, breaking
good.
Things. So
you liked Garrett today.
I'm just.
That's interesting. So Tim and I have said
with Trash, because Trash is our announcer fan. So I'm just having fun with him.
That's funny because for years you and I have gone on this post-game show and been like, we don't care about the announcers. I thought, dude, there's 2 goals for me today. I was like, I want to focus on the punter because everyone likes to talk about the punter and the commentator.
Yes.
I think I saw one James Rendell punt or 2. I just don't focus on punts. I just always forget. I'm doing other things, whatever. I thought Garrett was terrible. I was like, I'm really going to listen. I was like, yeah, Garrett was not. Maybe terrible is a strong word. But I was like, I don't know. Maybe I get what the people are saying, but I still just don't care.
You know me. I'm watching the game. I'm just.
You know me too. I know.
Because Trash is usually always asked about the announcer, so I was just getting ahead of the game. But it was I know you're about ready to read this, man. No, it was a lot of stress, but there's no way in hell anybody should have been thinking Notre Dame goes in there and you win by double digits. You know what I mean, Mike? That was exactly what Vegas thought. I think we all predicted. I had 26-20 with a lot of field goals, and it felt like that type of a game watching.
Yeah. Mine was 28-23, which, we were all pretty accurate, 34-21s. It was right around that. Trash, appreciate the other $2 super chat there. Let's hear from Roback. And there's really only one way to describe Roback. He got the best fit and the best feel. I do have to concur. I'm aware. I got my Notre Dame Stadium shirt I wear all the time, the Fighting Irish. And I have this this collegiate hoodie too, as well as this white collegiate Q-zip. I've never worn Notre Dame gear on shows before, but once I got this Roback stuff, I started rocking it because it just looks so good. I get so many compliments out when I'm wearing it. So if you're not familiar with Roback, they're completely changing the game with their incredibly comfortable activewear. Roback released their new licensed game day collection, and folks, it really is awesome. With novel polo designs and clean hoodie and quarter designs for your favorite school, it's definitely worth checking out. Nobody else in the market is pairing these level of custom designs with this quality of activewear. Again, folks, it looks good. It fits well. The quality, like, yeah, you might be able to find some cheaper things at Walmart, but you're not going to look as good in that as you are going to in your Roback. In Roback's everyday shorts are the perfect pairing. So comfortable. You have an elastic waistband, great fabric that is made to have the appearance of a nice short, but the comfort of an athletic short. Roback has also proudly been leading the NIL charge, having signed partnerships with past Notre Dame stars Audric Estime, Kyle Hamilton, and Michael Mayer, and current athletes Riley Leonard and Ben Morrison, among other big-time college football players. They're becoming the go-to brand for college athletes. Use the code BLUEGOLD20. That's one word, BLUEGOLD20, no spaces, on Roback.com for a generous 20% off for all new customers. If you just go to Roback.com, you'll get a 15% offer. But with us, use that promo code BLUEGOLD20 for a 20% off offer for new customers. RHOBACK, Roback.com. That's 20% off all performance polos, shorts, and more with code BLUEGOLD20. All right, what I miss in the chat?
Let's just, after reading that, I'm sitting here thinking about so many dudes. I said this earlier, had to play. We
have to talk about that.
You got Bryce Young, who's your third string DN, playing starter minutes today because of Burnham's been.
Hey, Tim, I'm going to be back in a minute. I got to go get some water, okay? I feel like this is going to be a long
get some
show.
water. I'll sit here and yap with everybody. We'll have some fun. So you got Young, who's obviously was third string, and he's getting major minutes. He should be playing more. I thought Oben played his butt off early on, but he's pretty average DN. Start getting Young. I hope it's Young and Burnham once they get going. Like I said earlier, Leonard Moore, because Christian Gray was injured. It was kind of leaked out this week. He got injured on I think his interception, I had read right. So that wasn't a surprise. And then obviously got Jaden Mickey, who probably would have been the starters now in the transfer portal. How crazy is that? So you're down to, Leonard Moore is your fourth corner. So he's your fourth corner, and he's your starter, played 100% of the minutes. So you got to look at that. Linebackers, they just keep rotating. I think these young guys are just going to take over. They're just too damn athletic. Still, D tackles, you are who you are with the two starters, and Anya and Heinich as your backups until Rubio. But how good is Rubio going to be in shape? And then you've got Junior Tuihalamaka, who's played his butt off the last couple of weeks. That's your third stringer. Junior Tuihalamaka has made plays the last couple of weeks. I know Goolsby and I have talked a million times. I think he's the perfect college middle linebacker, but they've had to play him at Viper, and thank God they did, or they wouldn't have a Viper. So now you got your third string Viper and your fourth string and Logan Thomas, who's now he's playing. He's played in every game on special teams. So you have a true freshman who weighed 195 pounds in January, and Junior Tuihalamaka, who was a starting Mike backer against Navy as a freshman. Those are your Vipers, because you obviously got Jordan out, and Traore's going to be out, I think, once we hear that officially. So we'll just wait on that. And then obviously Clark has to go to corner. Hurd got beat out by Schuler, who's an absolute stud, but now he has to be your starting nickel. So many snaps today. So Benjamin Morrison was out, like we said. And then the O-line, there are some times, man, those front five put hats on hats, but there's so many guys in the box. It's the same damn thing as last year. And there's just not enough ass, to push some guys at times. Talking about Wagner. Knapp is, you got two light offensive tackles, Mike. Let's be real. So Spindler had four penalties, I think. Didn't hear Pendleton's name, so that was nice. And then obviously Coogan, but a lot of injury bodies, dude. I thought when that 310-pounder landed on Riley Leonard, I was like, well, here you go, Notre Dame Nation. You want Angeli? He's in. I was like, whoa, that dude came right back. So he took that was a 310-pounder landing right on that shoulder. So
I guess it's okay. Clearly.
Yeah, it's okay because he came back. So that was saw the season flash before the eyes right there to see what was going to happen. But love played more snaps than he had to. Aeneas Williams, by the way.
Yeah, he's good. He just gets it, man. He just gets it.
Man. He's kind of like Payne, right? Last year, but he's got more inside the tackle juke than Payne did. Payne was straight ahead on third down when he was a 3rd and 2 runner. Aeneas has a little jiggle in there, so it's nice to see him. Ton of freshmen, ton of redshirt freshmen out there. So it's a big win, man. Let's take this thing, take the W, and let's get ready for Stanford. I know Stanford's playing Clemson right now, so we'll see how that goes.
Jonathan, appreciate the super chat, and D3GA, appreciate you guys for that. Tim, I feel like I have several things I want to get to real quick. Mickey was in the stands. I do have this. This was actually pretty cool.
He was. I mean, he's going to school. He's got a student ticket.
There he is.
Yeah. There he is. There he is redshirting. Getting his red shirt. Hey, I have nothing.
Could have used them today.
Mikey would have started today.
I know. Yeah, he would have started today.
Hey, as life goes, I wish him well. I mean, the guy, I'm not going to say nothing bad about him. The guy lost his mom. He's got whatever what I mean. So many things were not in that kid's shoes. So, but I saw this comment in the chat 10 minutes ago, depth. There are some dudes that they have recruited. Obviously, they're playing ahead of time. And there is some really, really good depth pieces. Now you just got to keep getting those depth, and keep growing them. Just real quick, I'm thinking of Goolsby. I was laughing during the game. If Mike's still listening, because I know Goolsby. I think he said on your show maybe 2 weeks ago, whatever. It's like, is Notre Dame ever going to land on the ball when it's there for them to take? Obviously, they have a punt, but it's just like, my God, Notre Dame cannot get a ball to save their life.
Finally did, though.
I know, but 99% of the time, it is just frustrating sometimes. But as life goes, aren't we being held back? What do we got here? Read that, Mike.
Aren't we being held back by no real mid or deep game? I feel like a better passing QB could open things up a bit more, even with our lines. Receivers could be wrong. It was only watch the second half. Tim, I think I'm gonna watch this one back because it felt like to me on first watch that Leonard just kind of did what it was asked of him. I mean, he completed 74% of his passes. Yeah. Average 4 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's including a screen. But for me, it's like, yeah, I mean, was Book better? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, Book was in the system for 5 years.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, to me, it's just.
I mean, the short boots.
Is the passing game holding Notre Dame back? Yes. I mean, it's obvious it is. But Leonard specifically, I'm still not bench Leonard yet. Like, just, I don't know.
Oh, he's not going to get benched. Are you kidding me? Just look at the opening quarters and the energy they played with, and what he did. He's banged up. He's not practicing. I hope he doesn't practice for the next 10 days. Let that guy go ice and get some sleep, and let the other guys go have some fun. No, he's not getting benched. They did attempt one. He just missed Collins. He overthrew him just a hair, right? I think that was Collins on a go route. It looked like Collins was a hair, right behind him on 2 of them. Obviously, he gets Harrison on the slot fade right there, which was a huge play to get them down there. Everything else, Mike, I think was just dink and dunks. A lot of the boots,
yeah.
Because I think the Louisville front was just freakish. They were, but then it's crazy because on the slot fade, the one they hit Harrison, they blocked it perfect, and he's sitting in the pocket, 1-2 throw. So there were times maybe Denbrock just didn't trust it at times. That could be it. When I go back and rewatch it, that's something I already wrote a sticky note on my TV down in the football office is, did he trust him? See what the flow is. But I also think it was just that defense, man. There's some dudes on there that could run. When you run on defense, they swarm. There's so many plays I wrote swarm. I mean, they had 4 or 5 hats to the ball multiple times today. Both teams did. Notre Dame's defense obviously played lights out as well. We can't get away from that. They're the best unit on the field, and they were again today.
want to go to some comments from Marcus Freeman's post-game press conference. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to our channel for more content. Definitely head over to blueandgold.com, your home for all things Notre Dame football and recruiting coverage. And if you are new here or you just watch us on YouTube, whatever the case may be on that front, and you're not subscribed to blueandgold.com, flash sale ends this weekend. 50% off new annual memberships. That's all the insider recruiting intel, direct access to the Blue and Gold staff, all 4 of us full-timers. Tim's on there all the time as well, and then a community of thousands of Irish fans. So maybe you don't have a ton of Notre Dame fans in your life. You live on an island a little bit on that front. You don't get to talk to too many. Hop on blueandgold.com, name the loose emoji board in honor of our late great senior editor. And yeah, it's 50% off. It comes out to $5 a month. So please check that out. Blueandgold.com. Promo code is Go Irish. Okay. Go Irish is that promo code. Okay. So back to the comments from Freeman. Let me pull it up. Okay. Starts presser says obviously it wasn't perfect as everybody saw, but you find a way to get it done when it matters most. What's Freeman's message when disaster strikes early? Said you got to reload. You want to get mad and scream, and the player feels like crap, but you got to reload and got to refocus on the next play. Yada, yada. Okay, Christian Gray had a shoulder injury, was trying to give it a go after pregame warmups. It was determined he couldn't. So, yeah, there was buzz throughout the week that Gray was, with a question about whether he was going to play or not. I was told he was going to. He tried, and he could not. Shoulder sprain is the injury. Boubacar Traore suffered a knee injury. Freeman said no further information beyond that. First thing Marcus Freeman said when asked about his plan this week, I'm reading tweets from Kyle Kelly, Jack Sobel, Tyler Horker from blueandgold.com. He said, we have to continue to recruit. We got to go out and see those guys. Marcus Freeman will be on the road later this week, and we will be reporting about that at blueandgold.com. Let me start looking through my notes here, Mr. Hyde. Is it time to bench RJ Oben?
Oh man, I thought that for the last couple of weeks, but Burnham's been injured, so you got Burnham out. You know what I mean? So
Burnham was supposed to play today. I said this early in the show about Notre Dame and their media availability thing. Burnham's supposed to play today, and they just don't.
Yeah, he was supposed to. He did play. 40 was out there for a few snaps.
A few snaps? How many? Like just
a handful.
I don't think I noticed him.
Yeah, he was out there just a handful. Okay. Just a couple.
Oh, well, that's good.
I think it was late in the game, probably when they needed to give Oben or Young.
For who? Bryce Young. Bryce Young. That's for who, chat?
And yeah, Bryce Young's a good effort guy. He's still a raw tomato. There's on the 1 4th down freaking QB scramble. They loop KVA in the A gap. He flushes the quarterback. Young's playing 3 tech, supposed to loop outside, never gets outside. It's like, dude, that's your freaking assignment. So happened a couple times. But Bryce Young, once again, he's a true freshman. You're talking about him going from 3rd string to 1st string. That's a massive jump. But he's gonna play. I don't think it's all about who starts because they rotate like it's hockey games at times out there. So,
listen, Young is raw.
Bryce Young is not a starter.
RJ Oben is he's just.
No, RJ Oben's average. I think he's extremely average. So those plays would be a Burnham Young tandem. Oben has been, for as good as Notre Dame has had some really good transfers. He's up there with the handful of guys, and he's starting so much. So which I think they're starting him because he's experienced. He's strong. He was really strong at the point of attack early in the game. But I thought he was going to be this pass rush guy. He's zero of that. He doesn't pass rush, worth a damn. So, yeah, I'm not going to, you say bench him and whatnot, but he's going to play.
If Burnham, when Burnham comes back, hope after really comes back for the Stanford game, you got a bye coming up, which is perfect timing, by the way. I would like it to see RJ Oben. Of that 3 of Young, Burnham, Oben, he's getting the 3rd most snaps of that group. That's my point here. He's
Oh, I have
just
no problem with that. Yeah, I have no problem
he's
with that.
just
I don't. He's just
I focused in on him in a few plays. I'm like,
he's just a
he might be
solid.
an interior player, man. He might be
Yeah,
a better
he's
interior
actually a
player.
lot heavier than I ever expected. I thought he was a lot leaner at Duke, but you know what? He's 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 nothing great. He's nothing to write home about. You know what I mean? So he's been I mean, let's be honest. He's out of all the disappointments on this team, he's got to be in that top three, right? And I don't know who the other two are, Mike. So he's definitely up there when you're talking about the hype
Guys,
and all
guys,
that.
benching him does not mean you're never playing again. It's just you're not like the
Yeah,
number one player at that position.
Young's got. I mean, Bryce Young's got way more burst, length. I mean, to your point, Mike. Yeah, play him because he's one of those guys. Those extra 12 snaps a game are gonna just keep benefiting this kid each and every week going into next year. He might be a 3-year guy. He's that talented.
Oh yeah.
That freaking long. His explosiveness at times is just. I mean, it looks like he does. He's an NFL D end. Same with Traore. So I really, really hope something sucks, man. If that's another leg injury that he's out, you know what I mean? That'd suck.
Rob, thank you for the $10 super chat earlier. Andrew Gilmore says, great win. Louisville and Brom are good. How can we get the Titans going in the pass game? How fast is Logan Thomas? 10 quick 30 seconds.
I love Logan Thomas. I know. He popped out on film against A&M on special teams. Like, who the hell is that guy? Boom. Pull out the blue and gold, insert right there, Mike. And there he is. That dude is there. Yeah, the tight ends to me are maddening when you're throwing short. Why aren't you running some pick routes or something, trying to get Eli Raridan and Evans open in the middle of the field? Mike, that's been very, very puzzling to me through these 5 games. Is if you're going to be a short passing team, 12 and yards under, find a freaking tight end. So instead of just always throwing them to the flat where they're going to get tackled.
Andrew, appreciate the super chat. Brian says, I'm sorry that offensive play calling in the second half was so bad. I'm sitting on third down and I'm sitting on there and on third down and predicting what play they are going to run. The worst play call of the game, Brian, appreciate you, was the 4th and 3.
Right.
I mean, it was so predictable. I'm fine with doing it again on 4th and inches running, but 4th and 3, I tweeted out during the game, Tim. This was when Notre Dame was up 31-17 or 24-17.
It was 24-14. They gave Louisville 3 free points.
Look at this drive chart for Louisville. This is, I mean, I'm sure Goolsby's going to come on my show with him tomorrow, and he's going to, be critical of the defense. And I'm excited to hear him. But look at all that red: fumble, downs, interception, downs, and then the 3 scores. Right? They get the ball to Notre Dame 24, the Notre Dame 9.
Oh, yeah.
And the Louisville 24. Now, they did have that long touchdown drive.
Long drive.
That was an incredible drive. But otherwise, I mean, Notre Dame's offense and special teams, which includes the coaching staff is part of that. But it was just like, here you go, Louisville. Here you go. Put it on a platter for you.
I mean, this game felt so much like the SC game last year. And a couple short drives. Offense was just a little blah against USC. I mean, USC held that was their best defensive performance of the year last year, was against Notre Dame for the fewest yards given up. So I could be a defensive coach, and I'm a big fan of play the situations. You're up 24-14. Punt the damn football, dude, and make those guys go 90 yards. And you give them the right away at midfield. They get a first down, kick a field goal, bam. Now you make it in exactly a 2-score, a touchdown opportunity to tie it there at the end instead of making them go 90. I thought it was the same thing against A&M where they did it 2 times in the same drive. Like, dude, sometimes, man, just play a little D, trust your defense. But going to Gilmore's comment about Brom, there were some calls, man. Notre Dame had no clue what the hell's going on. He was scheming the crap out of Al Golden at times. Almost had 400 yards. I just saw the total offense. So
yeah.
Jeff Brom had some things. The quarterback threw some darts. The guy's 37 years old, man. He was just slinging his experience. 2 freshman running backs are as violent as hell, I thought. Another game, Notre Dame gives up 125 plus on the ground. I thought Louisville ran the ball really, really physical. But Notre Dame's like, oh, I don't care. You can get 8 yards here and there, and
They
we'll,
really
they
do.
do that. It's frustrating as hell.
It is, but you know what they do? They come up with the pick or the big stop to set the back, and it's like, all right, we'll let you get to midfield, but then we're gonna pick it off, or we're gonna set you back 20 yards.
Hey, and it's 2nd and 17. We'll give you 10. Well, don't give them 10, damn it. Make it 3rd and 15, not 3rd and 6. And then because Louisville hit them on some crossing routes. You know how freaking hard it is to cover crossing routes? And then then Notre Dame dropped 8. Golden got cute a few times, dropping 8. You know, Tyler Slouk, whatever his name is, just like, all right, I'll sling it in here. And beautiful play, like KVA could cover. That guy that tight end looks like he's 300 pounds, man. That guy was a monster out there on that one he caught. But that's just Golden. He'll bend a little bit.
It is.
Frustrated as me as coach. Like, damn it, don't give up 10 yards and give it 3rd and medium. But they do it, and they obviously have big time success. But Brom could call an O.
All right. You want to go through some actually a couple more super chats, I think, and then film.
What else is flowing out there?
Dynastic Vision says a win is a win regardless if it's pretty or ugly. Notre Dame season rest on us winning and advancing week to week, full stop. Benching Leonard would be insane. This guy just wins.
High five to Dynastic Vision. Exactly. I mean, it was a big win. I mean, Ole Miss is at home and lost to unranked Kentucky, for crying out loud. Knocks them right out of the top 10. Now Ole Miss is going to be do or die the rest of this year, because that was obviously an easy win that they chalked up. Michigan, how the hell did that ref call offsides on the onside kick recovery by the row the boat Golden Gophers? That was brutal.
Yeah, Miami almost lost. I mean,
Miami on the Hail Mary last night. So,
but like Ole Miss losing that game is big for Notre Dame. It's like one of those things. It's like, all right, yeah, like that's you need. Some of these other teams to be in the one-loss category, and then I'm sure Ole Miss has other very
it's not even that.
losable games.
You want a bunch of 10-2, or you want a bunch of 10-3 type teams, and Ole Miss still has some big boys to play this year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
they could be a 9-3 instead of 10-2. They're in 9-3. Now you're on that borderline and whatnot.
Yeah. Dynastic Vision, appreciate you. Childlike Innocence, did Kenny Urlacher get hurt in the game today? Thank you for your time and effort and providing great Notre Dame content. Appreciate it. I don't know. I mean, he had to play on that the punt, the block.
He doesn't play. He's not in the safety.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not in the safety rotation yet.
So I didn't see 23. I wasn't checking all the numbers on special teams other than where the ball's down to whatnot. But trust the D. Trash. Double high five. What the hell did I say 3 weeks ago? Trust this defense. I've been saying just trust this D. Exactly. This defense is going to take you as far as you can.
Childlike Innocence and Trash, appreciate the super chats. And Greg Rudolph earlier said, did the play get the arm going forward? Yes. Correct. Yeah, it did. It did.
And I was pissed. I was cheering like hell. My daughter runs down to my football office. Dad, you're so loud. I'm like, sweetheart, Notre Dame just blew this game out and is going to be called back. And she came and gave me a hug and said, it's okay, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I know. She did.
That's the best.
She ran back upstairs. So,
all right, let's watch some film. All right, Tim, walk me through this one if you remember it.
We got here our ball. Let's see what we got here.
Little read option action. Oben. You see Oben?
Yeah. He's the tire. I call it the tire bite. He's the guy that's going to crash. So the guy should be on the quarterback. See, this is a tough one. It looks like Kingston
flew
the wheel back.
Oh yeah.
But okay. What this is? Back it up real quick. So basically, by inserting the wheel backer, they're bringing the wheel backer. Look at that. I'm using a pin thinking I got a freaking cowboy clicker. They're inserting the wheel backer, which is an Al Golden staple.
You talking about Osbury there?
It's so basically what they're doing is creating a TNT. It's a 3-3 type of a scheme, type of a mindset where you just insert a guy. Kingston is shuffling to stack on the center to create a 5-1 front is what that is. I would love to know in this call, is this a tire bite? Because by inserting a linebacker, really there shouldn't be a tire bite. The DN should shuffle and play the quarterback. So I'm curious to see what the call is. You know what I mean? That's That's just like a base golden rule on a TNT blitz. The DNs don't tire bite because you got TNT. You got 2 tackles and a nose. The nose being Osbury. So that puts the Mike Backer Kingston in a horrible predicament. So huge play. We get the strip.
Yeah, Xavier Watson, Leonard Moore, kind of, man, I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
Leonard Moore gets it, but look at Xavier Watts right there. He takes a punch at it.
They both take punches.
I mean, that play is Al Golden to a T. It's like, all right, you get 30 yards. Okay, we'll strip it from you and take it. When
I saw that live, that was my first thing because Mike Goolsby and I have talked about this a million times. They love to insert micro wills, and what that is basically creating a TNT, taking away 2 B gaps, 1A. The one linebacker in that instance, Kingston, shuffles to the center, takes the other A. That's they don't run the 3-3, but it's those 3-3 core rules that Freeman had at Cincinnati are still somewhat inserted into this defense.
Folks, if you have not done so yet, hit the thumbs up on this video. And if you are new, maybe you just hopped on YouTube right after the game and you're like, oh, who are these guys? Just subscribe to the channel, catch more of our videos. We do this after every single game for the Irish. And yeah, blueandgold.com. That's your website. So check it out, blueandgold.com, promo code GoIrish.
So somebody in the chat said Denbrock called one good play in the second half. Exactly. The freaking screen, man.
It was beautiful.
Dude,
all right, hey, don't get ahead of yourself, Hyde.
Oh my God. Hopefully you got that film because that's one of the best plays of the year.
All right, so this was the J Love touchdown to get it all even.
So they've been doing this the last couple of weeks, which is
so that's right guard getting up, making a nice play.
You see the tight end. Go back to the start. They've been doing this. This has been one of their little things. They've been short motioning the tight end. It's an ISO. What it is, when you watch it from some other angles, it's another way to run duo is what it is. Duo is all about, see the multiple double teams, double team. And then they're inserting an extra fitter in there. The 2 tackles block out. You create your inside holes right there. Easy touchdown. This is a nice physical run right here.
Yeah, Love is fit. Like Love is more than just your speedster. He's tough. And that screen too, he was tough.
I love Jeremiah Love, but man, Mike, I know 3 plays in the second half I wrote dancing.
Yeah.
And it's tough because Louisville's got 15 dudes on defense, and it's tough. But it's like, damn, sometimes, man, just go hit that because he's a violent inside runner, way more than I ever expected because his high school film, remember, he would run to the sideline, hang a left, and go 80. So he has really, really improved that. But some nice physical runs out of him today.
J Love, 11 rushes, 34 yards, 5 touchdowns. 5 rushes. Okay, come on, Singer. 5 receptions, 27 yards, and a touchdown. How
many carries?
He had 11 for 34 yards in that touchdown.
Touches, yeah, I've been begging for 20-ish, so we're not there yet.
When Riley got hurt, they got conservative for 2 quarters. So when we got hurt, we saying when he got landed on.
Yeah, he got landed on.
Is that what it is? So okay.
Yeah. The guy landed on him, and Gilly comes in, hands off. Riley comes right back in. Yeah, I mean, they got conservative. They had the lead. They trusted their defense. That's why the 1 4th down call drives me nuts with Freeman. If you're going to be conservative, you're up by 10, make those guys drive the length of the field, and he gives them a quick gave him 3 free points to put that game a touchdown game instead of 2 scores. So that was frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, he ran the ball 4 times in the 4th quarter. So, I mean, conservative in the sense of, like, running them. They kept running them. So, I don't know.
It was a little conservative by formations. They did more 12 personnel in the second half. Brought the double wing type.
Is that game specific, though? Is that game specific or Riley Leonard specific? Like,
I think it was just Denbrock just trying to just condense everything and see if Love could break one, which he has done in every game. He runs duo better than I think Estime, because Estime doesn't. I don't ever thought he was a great cut guy. Love has run some inside zones, and some hard nosed double team duos, but that guy knows how to cut. So I think sometimes they're like, hey, they're putting an extra hat in the box and see if Love could break one, and they just didn't have the opportunity because number 9 for Louisville, and then that 300-pounder at nose were just kicking ass inside.
Folks, I'm sorry, Interstate Stand. Appreciate the
Monster field goal, yes. Oh
the
my God,
$10
that
super chat.
Louisville kick. I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
that was huge.
that was huge.
Okay. All right, let's get back to it. See what we got here.
What do you got here?
Got Jaden Thomas. And just a little Riley Leonard touchdown run. What'd you see here, Tim?
It's just count. I mean, we always call this just F counter, just your guard and your running back right there. So just a wildcat, man. This is straight old school wildcat right here, just running counter. Nice seals. It was easy run right up in that hole. There's one I can't tell, man. That screen is so damn small. I'd have to see this, but there's one on these where Rocco just crushes the living hell out of somebody on one of the QB runs. I don't know if it's I can't tell. Nice cave down by 72 Pendleton. This is the one. Pendleton just moshes this guy down into
Pendleton, by the way, came out late.
Like he's at a punk rock concert. What happened to Absher?
He got he got in late. Pendleton came out.
Oh, okay.
Not sure what's going on, but yeah, nice.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's see what we got next.
Yeah, nice little quarterback counter. It's wildcat down there, dude. It's so damn hard. It's so damn hard to stop that. I know that's what Freeman tried doing on the 4th down. They got it. The next one, it's 4th and 3 though. Woo, midfield. Those 3 yards feel like 12. long 3.
Yeah.
What else you got? Come on, find the screen, damn it. Come on.
Do you like this one?
Seriously, this is so sad. Run it back to the beginning, because it is I call it the USC boot. USC boot. This was a Pete Carroll staple. Notre Dame's run forever. Tight end starts left, he goes right, full flow left, and you come back and you dump to the tight end. This was USC killed Notre Dame for years doing this thing, and many other teams doing this. So this has just always been our call in our playbook.
You have eight guys. Yeah. 8 guys on the screen looking at Leonard.
So with all the bootlegs that Denbrock called and we were all pulling our hair out with, this sets up this touchdown, obviously. This is a setup. Hey, we're going to run a bunch of these boots, and we're going to have the screen for the first time this damn year. They call it, Mike. They call it. And look at this. Look at the caravan out there. Knapp getting out there, Spindler getting out there, Coogan's down there watching, and then nice touchdown. Yeah, I mean, this is what you do, man. This is beautifully, beautifully set up.
And the last one I had, Coach Angelo, appreciate the super chat.
Is this the sidearm?
Yeah, this throw, Tim. This was ridiculous.
Is this one? Yeah. Is this not the? Yeah. I mean, they drop 8. It's frustrating as hell. Once again, no one on the contain. It's a boom. So whenever the Mike Backer, this is how we always schemed it. Mike Backer, he's basically a spy in drop 8. You get any roll, boom, automatic boom. And Drake Bowen just knocks the living hell out of that guy. And then that's Brooks coming all the way around back of the end zone. And that's tough.
That is.
So it's a hell of a throw, a hell of a sidearm when they showed the end zone copy, slinging it right there. They should have just boomed Drake right away, and that guy never even gets that ball off. But no, hey, he threw a couple sidearm throws. He's a much better quarterback than I expected. I thought he did some really good things. That guy could throw. And I know he's had a billion injuries. That's why he's playing his 7th year, Mike. This is his 7th year.
25 years old.
I know. Married, 7 kids or whatever. It's like he's rocking.
He's collecting Social Security.
Hey, man, he's an NFL quarterback if he doesn't have all the injuries, right? He would be on an NFL roster somewhere. That guy could throw the ball. But he's had so many injuries and he's so beat up. That's why he's still playing.
Round of applause to the referees for not booting Bowen out of that game for that hit. I thought that was a good hit.
I know. You never know, but no.
You do never know.
Yeah, I mean, how they read that thing. Yeah, that guy Brooks, he's an Alabama transfer. That guy's legit. Thank God the South Alabama guy wasn't healthy. And today was his first time playing. That guy could run. Louisville's got some guys, man. I can't. They're going to have some fun games. I don't know the schedule. They always play Clemson. I don't know if they have Clemson and Miami. Those will be some ACC battles this year.
What do you attribute the lack of tight end usage to, Tim? Is it the quarterback? Is it the offensive coordinator? Is it Evans returning from injury, doesn't have good chemistry? The answer probably is all of the above, but is there one that you think is like the most noticeable when you're watching the games?
My brain goes off in tangents sometimes.
Because Evans was 3 for 14 today.
I'm a huge fan of the X-Files, so we need Fox Mulder on this one and get deep into the weeds on tight end usage. I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to be a hash to hash or outside some, I mean, they've hit Reardon on slants. Evans is, I don't know, Mike. I feel like I'm just going to sit here and just start making things up. I really don't know. It has been a puzzling thing for me because Cooper Flanagan's got really nice hands, right? They schemed that pass for Steve Angeli to hit that dump pass on play action. I think we know Riley has hit Reardon on a couple slants, Evans on a few stop routes and all that. So today was the boot action. Maybe they were just like, hey, they must have ran that 4 times, and then the 5th time they run it is the screen. So maybe that's just what they had. But these tight ends are good as hell, man. Eli Reardon could catch. Evans could catch. Flanagan, that's the other thing. Flanagan is a 4-game starter, and he didn't play today. So
injured.
Yeah. So he was out. There was another body, but I don't know, Mike. It's just a puzzling thing where unless it's just a scheme and something they think that they're taking Evans away, which they tried hitting Collins on it like 3 times today. They couldn't hit him. Harrison was involved. Nice catch by Greathouse. I think Faison's the one that sucks.
Yeah, he looked so good on that little screen, Tim, that went for 13.
And then he forced that ball on the punt. His speed. He's the only wide receiver. I mean, let's be honest. He's the only wide receiver with any shake and wiggle. I mean, he does. He's got wiggle. Nobody does what he does inside of a phone booth. Nobody.
Yeah. Faison's one of those kids that, like, when I was in high school, you just have that one guy who's just like plays every single sport and he's good at every single sport. You're like, bro, you're annoying. Like, why are you so good at everything? Like, you're just a natural athlete. Those kids always piss me off. Why? Because I wasn't that. But dude, Faison, how he went and hit the punter like that, and then the ball just goes back another 20 yards. Like he's a receiver. I know he plays lacrosse; it's a physical sport, but like
his speed is freakish.
He's just got some shit to him, man. Like
he does on the lacrosse team. I mean, his goals. Whoever covers it for blue and gold. I mean, Horker or somebody's always at the game. Every game I go on Twitter, Faison goal. I mean, that guy had like a goal in like 10 straight games. That dude is so athletic. His brother's the same damn way. So it's just runs in that family, man. That mom and dad, whatever they're eating, keep it going because those guys are athletic. But Faison's the only guy that's got any wiggle. He did in the A&M game on the one catch he had where it's slant, and they have been missing.
Jaden Harrison could be one. We just haven't really seen him there, but yeah,
man. He's a straight line guy to me. He's a straight ahead guy. I don't know if he's got any shake and bake, so to speak. Collins is a solid wide receiver. Greathouse is an underneath guy, inside guy. Still zero. I mean, what have I been yelling at? We want to complain about the pass game, yet it's a brand new line. I'm telling you guys, there's zero. Notre Dame is playing with 10. They do not have a field wide receiver. Who the hell is the field wide receiver? Chris Mitchell, who got his only stat was a block in the back today. They do not have a field wide receiver.
Dude, yeah, he was on a milk cart. He's on a milk cart.
Personnel at the time. They don't have a field wide receiver. That guy is Faison. Because KK Smith has played 6 more snaps than me this year. So for as much as he's the next Will Fuller, that dude ain't playing. He didn't get on the field. And if he did get on the field, it's a snap. So I didn't see him. And we keep hearing how he's electric, all this and that, man. They put him in the game and run a damn route with him then. They don't.
Yeah.
So that's what for as much as this offense and it's frustrating, and I'm with all you guys, it is frustrating as hell. It's just a short underneath type of an offense because who the hell is going to go up top if it's not Faison or it's not KK Smith or Chris Mitchell, right? So they don't have a wide side receiver right now.
The frustrating thing for me is just it seems every game it's someone new. Like we're talking about Bo this game and this game, the story was of the receivers, right? It's Great House, and it was the 34-yarder to Harrison who was wide open on a well-designed little play there.
Yes,
that Louisville kind of it was man, two guys went with the guy in
Louisville
flats.
hit them on the same play on the Rod Hurd PI, the same thing.
So it's like, okay, Bo 1 for 5, no Chris Mitchell. So it's frustrating to be like, you just don't know, man. It's just so inconsistent, but this is just who Notre Dame is. And
I felt bad for Bo on a few, Mike, because there was a few they were trying to get him.
He did.
Some of those cuts,
and then there was like called back for holding or something. Yeah, I think he had one that was called back as well.
It is frustrating, but
yeah,
if you're going to be an 11 personnel team, they have two slots they trust in Harrison and Greathouse. They trust Bo Collins. Jaden Thomas is just not a dude who's going to beat anybody. I don't know who the hell the field side. So when that ball's on a hash, who is that outside guy to the wide side? They have nobody. Zero. And you're going to go in the playoffs? Let's say they're 11-1, Mike, and they're the 10th seed. They're going to go play the 7th seed. I almost said LSU. I won't say that because people laugh. I was going to say Ole Miss, but who knows what they're going to be. But it could be at Missouri. It may be at Alabama. You know what I mean? It may be at Texas as that 7th seed. They're going to have no outside threat going in that game. So, but Mike, that's 7 months away, it feels like. So don't worry about it.
The atmosphere of the game, I kind of want to talk about that, Tim, on TV. It definitely seemed like it was rocking. You said that the other day in our preview video, and I loved how Notre Dame came out, Tim. I loved it. It felt like they had energy. Now, offensively, like that special teams on Devin Ford was a disaster. You can't have that.
Oh, talk about a gift, man. Talk about hype.
Spot them 7 points.
7 points. So, but Notre Dame rallied. They got their own gift with the punt, and they scored. No, I thought the crowd was, but it was some of these ACC games I've talked about, the ranked on ranked, the Virginia 19, Georgia Tech had so much preseason hype. Notre Dame torched them in 15, up by multiple scores, and then Georgia Tech got an onside kick and a quick score, and then what's the other big? Oh, NC State. Oh my God, NC State and Bradley Chubb and the whole front four went to the NFL, and Quentin Nelson and gang ran for 350 yards on them. So there are some big games where it's ranked on rank ACC day games, and today was one of them. I thought the crowd was awesome. Yeah. That place was loud as hell when it was 21-7. But like in a game, man, sometimes you got those little, those downs when you're so high and so hyped and so electric. But they kept that mojo. They kept that lead the rest of the game.
Yeah. Have we talked much about Leonard Moore? Led the team with seven tackles. Had the strip.
Stats up. Let me see. I haven't paid attention to the
No, that's the stats. Led the team with 7 tackles.
Yeah, Clark.
6 solo and had the 4. Yeah, Jordan Clark is he's been so good all season.
For as bad as for his Oben missing in action most of the time, Jordan Clark, I watched him in Arizona State. I had no clue what to expect. I knew Harper, the Oklahoma State guy, I knew he was going to be a guy because he was violent as hell at Oklahoma State. He was a mean dude who would just throw his body into anything. Clark, I had no idea. That guy has been a top 3 player on defense. I truly believe that. He has been outstanding on defense.
Who's your other 2 then? Like Watts?
I throw things out, Mike. Who knows? But yeah, it's Clark, Watts, and Benjamin Morrison. Morrison must have been banged up today because he was average. He gave up a bunch of catches, some in cuts, either on zone. He got beat on a crosser. They didn't go for nothing major, you know what I mean? But it seemed like 20, he got his ass ran over. Can I say that, Mike? on the one.
Clark did have the dumb personal foul too, but yeah.
Oh, but
That aside.
Morrison got ran over. He tried soloing on that guy who just trucked him on the run. You guys, I think that was that running back. Oh, and the Clark, dude.
That was bad.
And they couldn't bench him because they had so many injuries. You know
Who
what I
you
mean?
gonna play? Yeah, Carson Hobbs.
Oh my God, what the hell is he? I hope his dad is already FaceTimed him saying, "What are you doing?" He's so damn lucky, man. What are you doing? That was cheap, which goes back to the inner games. Some trash talking was something said. You know what I mean? That's those in between the snaps when there's maybe he knows that guy. I don't know. Maybe he said something bad about his podcast at the ice cream shop. I don't know. So he just goes up and headbutt that guy. Oh God. For as hyped up as Freeman gets, he was pretty patient. We got to say on that one.
Yeah. So you just you go through the team. Got a banged up quarterback. I call him banged up. Guy's been taking a lot of hits. The camera focuses on him, and he's just grimacing all the time. You have receivers. Faison went down again. Sucks. Tight end, you're without Cooper Flanagan, who's a very solid tight end for you right now.
Yes.
The offensive line just battered with injuries. Jagasaw to Shrouf, to Craig, and then Pendleton comes out late in the game. Got Sullivan Absher in there. On the defensive side of the ball, Burnham, Traore. You go to the corners. Mickey leaves the team. He's going to transfer. He's watching the game from the student section. Christian Gray's out. Ben Morrison comes out for a little bit. It's like, goodness gracious. Half the team has a second team. It's a second team group out there on the field. And they gutted this win out. So listen, if there was just a guy who was like, oh man, we needed to win by 3 touchdowns and get some style points. Listen, man, I don't know what sport you think this is. Despite that, we still beat a top 15 team, Tom. But Batello's out, Ross says.
Thank you, Tom. No, that was a big team win. They had horrible special teams and great special teams. Defense defense almost gave up 400 yards. They haven't looked this bad on defense since Caleb Williams and SC.
But only gave up one true touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. You're right with some of the other things. So it was I'm not because I kind of said it last week when I got, or whatever game was it last week, and I got a little fired up about the quarterback and whatnot. I think this team is who they are, and I think once we come to grips as a fan base of what this team is, this is the team we see. It's a Riley Leonard. Whatever you're going to do, quarterback run. You got to find a way to get the ball to Jeremiah Love, but they can't get the ball to Jeremiah Love because they had a couple 3-and-outs because they tried getting the ball to Jeremiah Love and he got stuffed. You know what I mean? So it's those types of ebbs and flows at times. The O-line has just been a constant work in progress. They give great plays and then beat bad plays. That's going back. Hey, I know Rocco and Coogan have started last year, but there's a reason why those guys got beat out. Pendleton is much more explosive than Coogan, and Billy Shrouf is night and day compared to Rocco. So it just is. They scored 31 points as a team, won by a touchdown. Covered, Mike. Weren't they in final was what, 5.5? 6.5. Yeah, so they covered in a ranked team who's dude. That was good.
They're good.
I was very impressed by Louisville. I had watched them against Georgia Tech a couple nights ago, and I was like, okay, it's more probably wasn't that impressed with Georgia Tech outside, King, their quarterback, could run around and cause havoc. So I was like, okay, we're going to see what this Louisville team is, but their front took over at times. Ron English, their DC, was just Ron English and Al Golden were just going back and forth. And I think if you take away the turnovers, let's just say you throw out the turnovers, this was Texas A&M again. This was 17-10 boring ass football game, right? Edge of our biting our nails all game. That's what we saw today. And the turnovers allowed some points for both teams. So this was a 17-10 gut-wrenching ball game. Survive, and let's get on to Stanford. Yeah. Any update on that score, anybody?
Well, Stanford, Clemson.
Yeah. Oh, here he goes. 10-0 Clemson. Ooh, okay. That's right. And at Happy Valley. Okay.
Riley Leonard tied his passing yardage total for the season with 163. He also threw that against NIU. So, yeah, Leonard is 65% completion on the season, 750 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Running the ball this year, 322 yards, 6 touchdowns. So, accounting so far for 9 touchdowns. Did I read that right? Yeah. I'm sorry. I read that wrong.
A&M.
I'm sorry. Let me.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. 750 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, and then on the ground. I don't actually know if that rushing statistics are updated yet, but I think they are. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. A gutty win for the Irish.
A&M won, so there's A&M winning.
Did they play Arkansas?
Yeah, they always play in Jerry's World. That little they play Jerry's World every year.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nick Scorton causes a late fourth quarter sack strip, and they win the game. So there you go. Notre Dame against that game.
Any final thoughts, Tim?
No, no. I mean, no. I think it was a heck of a win for so many of the reasons we've talked about. This was a huge revenge game, right? We talked about this. This was a lot of emotion. Notre Dame played with energy and heart and grit. We always love to use those words. I mean, this was the same game as it was against A&M. Notre Dame won that fourth quarter battle on the road. Now they just won a fourth quarter battle at home. So, and in between that, Mike, you don't schedule Max anymore, as the Singer hashtag goes. They kicked the crap out of Purdue. I think Purdue, Nebraska was at 0-0 through like 3 quarters. I saw a stat at one time. Someone posted like 19 punts in a row between those two. So that tells you how bad of football that is. But it's get a bye. Well, I mean, what's the schedule going forward? Pull up the schedule if you have it handy. All I know is Stanford's next. Is it Stanford, the Navy?
Hang on.
And Navy and freaking Army are playing, lights out football, so that'll be fun. Oh shit!
So bye week, Stanford, Georgia Tech at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Okay. So it's Mercedes-Benz is right around. It's literally a stone's throw away from Georgia Tech's campus in downtown Atlanta, but it's technically a neutral site game. Then you get another bye week. So you get a bye week, Stanford home, Georgia Tech, Mercedes-Benz, another bye, Navy October 26th at MetLife Stadium, and then you get
it's a bye before Florida State, I believe.
I'm sorry. Yes. So Stanford, Georgia Tech, Navy, bye week, Florida State at home, Virginia at home on the 16th, Army, Yankee Stadium, and then USC on the road. So one true road game.
They were down 21-10, came back to win.
Yeah, against Wisconsin. Yeah,
they were down 21-10 and shut them out the rest of the game. So that'll be interesting to see the highlights of that game.
So 10-1 going into USC.
Oh my God! Could we just get 10 points against Stanford? How's that? All right. I mean, geez, Louise.
Schedule definitely gets. It's right there. It gets easier, but you lost to NIU, so it's not supposed to get any easier than that.
No, I mean, once again, if they lose a game before USC, it's on this coaching staff, man. Either messaging. I think defense is going to play their ass off in every game. I think defense is going to bring it. There's just that mindset. You can just see that. Offense just keeps doing what it does. Get some turnovers. I'm waiting for Harrison to break something on KOR, man. It's like, dude. I mean, that guy led the nation in kickoff returns at Marshall. Can you get 20 yards for Notre Dame, please? It's like, when is that guy going to blow up? They got to get – seriously, the kickoff return just always get tackled. Always gets – it's like, come on, man. He was All-American KOR at Marshall, unless all those kickoff teams just sucked in the Sun Belt. But I'm waiting for that guy to blow, just bam, get a big old play and roll from there. But it's just take care of Stanford. Let's take care of those pesky Cardinals, man. They've beaten Notre Dame many times in October, and ruin some seasons. And Coach Taylor's a hell of a ball coach for Stanford. So that guy, he's going to scheme them like crazy. I know that.
Cardinals plural was today. Cardinal in a couple weeks. Stanford Cardinal in just a couple weeks. 50% off, folks. Annual memberships, blueandgold.com. That's all the recruiting information, all of the press conference updates, board intel. I mean, everything. Talking with thousands of Notre Dame fans. Promo code GOIRISH. So you go to blueandgold.com. It'll have a way to join right at the top. Click on the annual option. The promo code is GOIRISH, all one word. And you get 50% off your annual membership for new subscribers. And that comes out to $5 a month. It's billed annually, but comes out to $5 a month. So yeah, pretty solid deal. You guys can jump on that because we're kind of doing these flash sales for some of these big games, and then there's some network-wide things, but I would anticipate not having this offer at least until the Florida State game in November. So jump on this while you can. Goolsby show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time, unless Goolsby says otherwise. I'm going to text him in just a minute and make sure we are good. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to wrap up the show there. Hit that thumbs up if you have not done so yet. Subscribe to the channel. Go over to blueandgold.com. Tim, great show tonight. You brought it as always.
Last thing, Notre Dame fans, sprinkle a little Lucky Charms kudos tonight for Madden Faramo that he hangs out with KVA and has a good time on his visit this weekend.
See, you can use that promo code because Kyle Kelly was writing updates all day about Faramo. Some interesting stuff, Tim. You're going to have to go check it out on our Loose Emoji message board. Appreciate you folks for watching, and as always, we will catch you next time.